Terra Electric Calyx Ice Rider, Hariyama coaching, a Choice Banded Tyranitar, and a Focus Sash Endeavor Clefairy got top 4 in one of Japan's most stacked grassroots tournament scenes. We're going to be trying out and seeing how well it can perform. This is a crazy Calyx Ice Rider tech team. You have a lot of options that we're going to be covering. First, we have the Calyx Ice Rider. No surprises until you look at the Terra type and then Terra Blast. This one's running Terra Electric to help out against the water types as well as the Terra Waters that are really rampant to counter the standard Calyx, because Calyx Ice Rider doesn't appreciate Water Shifu, Terra Water Amoonguss, so you have that Terra Blast, Terra Electric to cover for it instead. You also have this Clefairy set with the Friend Guard that allows Calyx to be extremely bulky with Follow Me support, Misty Terrain to help out against Amoonguss, but this one running not in a Violite, a Focus Sash set with Endeavor. And I think it is brilliant because you could actually go for an Endeavor under Trick Room if you are low HP with the Clefairy, and then Calyx is able to pick up the knockout with the following Glacial Lance, and then it's just able to get a +1 boost, allowing it to sweep teams much faster, which can be a very big surprise factor. Next up, standard with the Life Orb Blood Moon Ursaluna. That's another way that can threaten heavy damage under the Trick Room, as well as the standard Rocky Helmet Terra Water Amoonguss for Pollen Puff support because you want to rely on the Calyx Ice Rider, another form of redirection, and of course Spore is just an incredible move with Sleep being a really strong status. Then the following Pokemon, we have Hariyama, which is a unique set. This one running Thick Fat with Cover Cloak so it can't get faked out and can go for fake out onto opposing Pokemon. And then with coaching and wide guard support. So coaching to help out the Calyx, so if you aren't able to get a boost quick enough, you are able to go for coaching. And then Calyx is really hard to knock out with those defense boosts. And with Hariyama, this Thick Fat set specifically to help out against opposing Calyx Ice Riders as well, because in the mirror with Thick Fat, Glacial Lance is not doing that much damage. Hariyama is actually a decently bulky Pokemon thanks to its high base HP stats, so high horsepower is not doing crazy amounts. Glacial Lance, you have to fear also the wide guard support too, and then coaching on top to help support the Calyx's offense and defensive potential with fake out support, close combat to hit Incineroar. It's got a lot of things going for it, so this Hariyama set is really unique and a really cool tech on this Calyx team. And finally, the Choice Banded Tyranitar, able to do a lot, dish out quite a bit to help out against other weathers, to remove stuff like Sun, which can be a little bit annoying for Calyx, to help out against like Chi-Yu and some other really strong factors. And Rock Slide with Choice Band with knockoff support to help out against like Calyx Shadow Rider that could break a Focus Sash with the Sandstream and be a really nice factor. If you would like to check out the details of the team and the creator, it'll be linked in the description down below. All right, we have Calyx Ice Rider, Gouging Fire, Ting Lu, Urshifu, Sinisha, and the Indeedee. This is a crazy team. I think it's going to be a lot about like what kind of Urshifu set it is, because I think that's like the thing I'm questioning the most here. I'm trying to figure that out. Kali Ice is really good. Iron Hands is really good. I think Tyranitar is really good in this matchup. Again, barring the Urshifu. Although I don't think I have low kick. I think I'm Rock Slide, Stone Edge, knockoff, yeah, high horsepower, which isn't great, but I still think it's better. I think Kali Ice is good. I think Hariyama is solid. Tyranitar seems pretty strong into this team if I play it right, and then the Amoonguss. I just don't know if the lead is correct. It also depends on what the moveset is on the Indeedee, because if it actually has a psychic move, I'm actually a little bit concerned. If the Urshifu leads and it's Dark Urshifu, which I wouldn't be surprised, but at the same time, their damage output against Incineroar is like really poor if they don't have Water Urshifu on this team. Like, they have a lot of decent... I mean, Indeedee's okay as a Dark Urshifu answer. I don't know, they're kind of weak against both. So I don't know if it's Dark or Water, because Dark would make sense if they are Calyx problems, but they don't really hit Incineroar very well. That is Calyx Ice, and it is Water Urshifu. Okay, so good to confirm. Against the Hariyama and the Kali Ice. I think I just go for Trick Room and I go for coaching. I don't see a problem with that. Because my Cali Ice is actually min speed, which is actually very useful in this game. Because unless they're min speed, I think I'm in a good spot. I'm just going to trick them in coaching. I could fake out, but they could go Entity, which is also another reason why. Although I think they're going to coach themselves. They're going to go for Protect. Is this coaching? I feel like coaching would make a lot of sense here. Yep. Okay. So what's actually really nice about this position is I also get to match my Cali Ice as well. And this Cali Ice, the thing is, I think my Iron Hands is a better support mon at the moment because I have Wide Guard and I have Thick Fat. So I actually have a lot of ways to mitigate the damage from the Cali Ice from sweeping my team. Unlike them, who I don't think actually has a switch in at all to Cali Ice. So I think I just spam Glacial Lance, get as much damage as I possibly can, and I'm going to spam Coaching. And I don't think the Cali Ice can knock me out in this position, and I'm guaranteed to get a Coaching off before the Cali Ice moves, and I'm able to get +2 Cali Ice against their +1. So here comes the Coaching, +2 Cali Ice. Coaching is such a crazy move. Here comes a Glacial Lance. How much? 50% to Urshifu. Yep. Good damage to their Cali Ice. They're going to go for Glacial Lance themselves. But I am Big Fat Hariyama. Hariyama takes that extremely well. Coaching going to come out. But I think Hariyama might be the better coach, Urshifu. I think Hariyama might be the better coach. As don't really see anything else they can do. Just going to spam Coaching. Going to go for a Glacial Lance once again. They're going to switch out to Urshifu, but what do you even have that can switch into the attack? Is this Sinistra? Sure, you get your healing, but I don't think that really saves you right now. I think I'm just going to sweep your team before you can even do anything. Coaching once again. And now my Cali Ice is what, +3, +4? I don't even think I have to Wide Guard at this point. Here comes the Glacial Lance once again. Goodbye, Sinistra. This is fun. This is fun. All I have to do, click Fake Out or Trick Room, Coaching, and then just keep going for Coaching, and they can't do anything. They go for Highest Power to read the Wide Guard, or they just want to take the knockout to the Hariyama, which is a fair play, but sure. Now I just go out into a Mungus, and I think I just click Spore into the Cali Ice, and I click Glacial Lance because they don't really have anything that mitigates it. Is this Tinglu? Sure. I guess I'm gonna click. Actually, I'm gonna click Glacial Lance. I'm gonna click Spore into the Tinglu because Tinglu doesn't usually carry Protect. If this is Goggles Fisher, I'll be very, very mad. But the reason I'm going for Spore is because in case it is a Fisher attempt and Tinglu is like min speed, like would prefer to always get the Spore off here. Also, like the Cali Ice on their side can't threaten the knockout. I don't think I ever need to Terra my Cali Ice anymore. So just go for the damage with the Mungus, because Mungus should be a safe way to win this. All right, let's see. Did they have Terra on deck? Cali Ice Protect. So yeah, this is really, really not good for them because I did go for a Spore into the Tinglu. Are you Lumberry? Because you're not Goggles. Nice. And it was slower than my Cali. You don't know the Fisher that I was foreseeing, but I have read that future and will not succumb to it as Glacial Lance will KO the Tinglu. I get to click Spore into Cali Ice, and yeah, we just wrap it up there. What is this Cali Ice? +4? +5? Maybe Scarf or Shifu as coaching. It's the last our Trick Room. Glacial Lance and Spore the Cali Ice. Should be a forfeit here because I do not see them being able to win the game. But it looks like they're going to play out. And it looks like no protects. So Cali Ice will get... I don't think a crit Glacial Lance at +2 from where you're at is just going to KO my Cali Ice. And I'm just going to be able to nuke your team. Yeah, goodbye our Shifu. And +6 Cali. Does not look good for them. I also still have a Tyranitar in the back, which I don't know if it's actually going to be coming out on the field. Probably not. But my play is always just to go for Glacial Lance and Spore again into the Cali Ice. I guess I could Pollen Pup, but it doesn't really matter at this point. Gonna stay asleep. Glacial Lance. Will this KO +6? Probably not. Oh, wow, it does. Single target, I guess, makes a big difference. I know we got an extra boost, but... Yep. All needed to do. Hariyama, thank you so much for your coaching services. Maybe we should all get coaching from Hariyama. I bet Hariyama probably pays up, or probably it costs a lot of money. Zamazenta, Xianpao, Rillaboom, Incineroar, the Tornadus, and Urshifu. It looks like a pretty standard team across the board. Let's see, how do I want to deal with Zamazenta plus Xianpao? I got quite a few picks here. Amoonguss is pretty disruptive to them. A fairy can be good. Hariyama's not too bad. I like the Blood Moon a lot if I can position it right, but it is it can be tricky to position, which is why I'm kind of leaning towards something else. It's probably Iron Defense, I'd imagine, on the Zamazenta. I don't think I need Clefairy for this game. I'm gonna go with Cali Ice. Cali Ice plus Iron Hand seems actually really strong here. And then in the back, I kind of like the Blood Moon Ursaluna Amoonguss. I actually don't mind this. Now, I could lead Clef, but the problem with Clef is I'm not guaranteed to get an Endeavor strategy off against this team, especially with a bit of priority. They have the Zamazenta, which... if it sets up Iron Defenses against the Clef, it gets a little bit awkward because if the Clef Sash is broken, I'm going down to Body Press and then I'm not really accomplishing too much for what I needed to do. I think my best play is to get the Calyx Ice Rider set up. I do threaten at least a close combat onto Zamazenta with some really powerful damage. We're going to see Tornadus and the Incineroar, which is an interesting pick. All right. I do not mind that at all. Although I don't know if this is Wisp, Incineroar or not, because that's going to be a big deal if it is or not. I think I don't mind just going for Protect and going for a Coaching immediately. I don't really want to trade. Yeah, I'm just going to go for Coaching immediately. I've been getting the +1's a pretty big deal onto my Zamazenta. If you're gonna click a move, you're probably clicking moves into the Calyrex with like a Fake Out and a Calyrex and a Taunt. They do go for the Taunt into my Calyrex, so they do have Taunt. Good to know. They do have Wisp. All right. So I wonder if I should I switch out is a good question. I'm kind of okay with Calyrex getting burned if I'm getting enough damage output. For instance, I can go for a Glacial Lance, KO to Torn. And I could go a Amoonguss, but the problem is they can go for a Taunt the next turn into my Amoonguss slot. I wouldn't mind having the +2 though in defense. Or I could go for Close Combat and Incineroar. Yeah, I don't think I'm picking up a Knockout. Although it would be a lot of damage. I think I am going to go for Coaching though. Regards to the Torn Retreat, so good play on their part. They are going Zamazenta. Good play on their part. But I can get Trick 'em up, so this is not too big of a deal. Oh, and they even missed a Wisp, which is actually really nice because that makes them have to burn an extra turn to go for it. All right. Glacial Lance, I get some big damage off. Nice. I am able to get another Coaching off, so now the Calyx Ice Rider is still even more scary now. I get to go for Leftovers Incineroar. Okay. I mean, I'm just going to go for Trick Room. And I think Amoonguss is my play here. I could also go out into Blood Moon, but I think Amoonguss is always a really solid option. Because if they could just go for regular Body Press, and if I switch in Blood Moon on a Body Press, that's not ideal, of course. So I'd rather just hard swap here. I guess the problem is I'm going to have to figure out a way to position against the Zamazenta, but overall I don't think this is too bad. Bring out the Amoonguss. We are going to see a Terra committed actually from my opponent, which I'm kind of surprised about. What's Terraing in this? Zamazenta wants to Terra. Into the Ghost. I guess they were scared of a close combat or a high horsepower, but at least I confirmed it's not grass. I can actually sport a Zamazenta freely. They do go for the Iron Defense, but that is a-okay by me. I will gladly take that. I don't know about that one. All right, so they're going to actually go for a parting shot into the Amoonguss. And because they went for the parting shot into Amoonguss, the Calyx Ice is freed up. The Tornadus is coming in, but I don't think this is going to be the Wide Guard Zamazenta. I get the Trick Room up. And I don't see a problem with just going for a Glacial Lance. And Amoonguss probably wants to protect, so I can actually go for Sport a following turn into Zamazenta. So let's see. There should be Taunt always into Amoonguss. Yep. And I don't know what the Zamazenta is going to click. Probably Iron Defense again, which is fine. It should do some decent damage, though, because I'm, what, +1 or +2? Yeah, like, it actually still does some pretty good damage to Zamazenta. The Zamazenta not having healing is just nice, too. Iron Defense going to come out. Like, the thing is, sure, they would have been able to probably just go for... I don't know. They, like, with the burn, like, I still was KOing the Torn. Less damage on the Zamazenta, but all I am trying to do is put the Zamazenta in range of my future attacks. Clear Amulets on the Intimidate. This is Fake Out into an attack. I think I'm just going to go for the Glacial Lance once again. I'm actually going to go... Do I sack Hariyama here? Hariyama's not a bad play. I think I go Hariyama. Because if they take the KO on Hariyama, then I get a free switch into Blood Moon, and then I think I just win. You go for Fake Out. I imagine this is also Body Press, which is perfect. If it is. If it's not that big of a deal. Glacial Lance. Oh my goodness, that damage into Incineroar. That was just an Oko on or not an Oko, but that is just a knockout on Incineroar, which is massive damage. We're going to see the Body Press come out into the... Hariyama gets a critical hit, which it's +5, so I kind of doubt it matters, but, you know. Just going to go on a Blood Moon. Let's see what their last Pokemon is. All right, Blood Moon in versus Urshifu? Yeah, it's Urshifu. Don't know if these are choice locked. 2 turns of Trick Room, so I feel like I'm in a good spot. I'm just going to go for Glacial Lance, which I think KOs the Zamazenta at this point. Because I'm +4. I'm just going to go for a... Do I think they have Wide Guard? I just don't think this team would run Wide Guard. I guess I could Blood Moon to Urshifu to be safe. That was going to be forfeit, yeah. Like, I'm pretty sure Glacial Lance just finished off the Zamazenta from the range it was at. And then Blood Moon takes care of Urshifu. And if they click Wide Guard, I mean, I got the turn right, unless it's Sash Urshifu, or maybe a Solvez Urshifu, but I kind of doubt it. And if they just click Body Press, I still think I'm in a good spot with Cali Ice. I think Cali Ice could just win, especially if they don't have Wide Guard. Because if they're not clicking Wide Guard there, they're just taking so much damage. I feel like this is Deja Vu. Koraidon, Chiyu, Armarouge, Indeedee Male with Jumpluff and Whimsicott. I think this is Scarf on the Indeedee with Drain Punch against Armarouge, if I'm not mistaken. I feel like this is Deja Vu. I feel like I've seen this before. So, this is kind of weird. This is kind of weird. I do have an Indeedee, which actually puts me in a good spot, but at the same time, it is still a strange spot. I'm going to go with Cali Ice plus the Clefairy, because I feel like I've played this before, and I think it's Armor Cannon on the Armarouge, so it's a lot easier to handle. And then in the back, don't really think Hariyama is going to be too useful here. It's probably Tyranitar and Blood Moon. I don't know. This is kind of a weird matchup. It just really depends on what I'm expecting. If they lead Armourouge plus Indeedee, I think I'm going to click Trick Room. I might click Glacial Lance too. I don't know if I want to 100% yet. If they lead Jumpluff, I'm clicking Follow Me for sure. We're going to see the Indeedee and the Chi. All right. I mean, for all I know, this is going to be what? Imprison Trick Room? Which is fine. Because I'll get in Tyranitar and then be in a pretty okay spot. I like the idea of just going for double protect. We're going to see a Terra come up from my opponent already, which is kind of surprising. Indeedee. Terra Psychic. Okay, for Expanding Force, in case I decide to Terra my Calyrex. Huh. Let's see. Is Expanding Force. I feel like I should live a Heat Wave and Expanding Force if I just follow me Trick Room. Oh, and if they Dark Pulse, yeah, 100%. Let's go for Trick Room and let's go for Follow Me. I just wanted to scout for like what they were going to click. I'm pretty sure that Callie with Friend Guard should live the combo. And then Clef will go down, which is actually perfect because I need to free switch to Tyranitar so I can click Rock Slide Glacial Lance and they have 0 switches to it. Yeah, like that's probably where range I would normally survive a Glacial or a Heat Wave or Dark Pulse. So yeah, they Dark Pulse, the Clef goes down, but I get a free switch to Tyranitar. I click Rock Slide Glacial Lance. I don't really see anything that they can do. Trick Room. They have zero switches to Rock Slide plus Glacial Lance. I could go Blood Moon, but there really is no... I mean, it's accurate, I suppose, but I actually don't know if Hyper Voice KOs with Glacial Lance, so I'll play a bit greedy here. I'll go for Glacial Lance Rock Slide. I will play greedy for the Tyranitar fans. Rock Slide gonna come out and... I wasn't expecting it to knock out the male Indeedee. I know male Indeedee is very, very fragile, but that's just funny to me. And I think that's gonna wrap it up here because Koraidon gonna come in and then like doesn't even matter at this point. Armourouge. Oh, okay, so it's still a game actually. It's still a game because they have Wide Guard potential. I don't know if they actually have Wide Guard. Koraidon gonna come in. I mean, this could actually still be really scary, actually. Nowhere near over. I'm going to switch out Tyranitar. Going to go on a Blood Moon to reset because I want to scout. Let's see what they decide to click here. If they have Trick Room on their own, I'm just a bad player. It is Wide Guard, okay? Flare Blades, but they targeted Callie. Okay, yeah, so I should be fine. I'm gonna go Tyranitar for the slot, and I'm gonna click Earth Power into the Armourouge. They already Terra'd, so I'm guaranteed the Earth Power. Yeah, I'm gonna Earth Power. Because I think my biggest fear is the Koraidon protecting them going for like a KO into my Blood Moon. They could go for a double protect with Armourouge, but then it's a mind game. I think Tyranitar is correct. We get rid of the Sun. Endure is perfect actually because Earth Power is still going to KO with the Sand, so this is super ideal. So goodbye Armourouge. Because I do have the Sand, which will pick up the knockout the following turn. Let's see what the Koraidon did. Did you Flare Blitz again or did you Collision Course? It's gonna be Collision Course. Okay, so that's gonna pick up the knockout, but that's fine. Yeah. I think I can't lose. Trying to figure out like, oh, is there a lose con? Because I haven't terrored yet, so I can terror my Kali Ice. I'm surprised they locked in a Dark Pulse. That was the surprising part, I think. Witness disappears from the battlefield. I go to Kali Ice. I don't terror here. I always click Glacial Lance. And what did I do with Tyranitar? Knockoff's not doing anything. I guess I just lock in a high horsepower. And Glacial Lance. I'm gonna protect on the last turn, Trick Room, and then next turn. I mean, I guess if they crit, I don't know. Crit Flare Blitz knocks out. I don't think it knocks out Kali Ice. Kali Ice is a heck of a bulky Pokemon. And the thing is, there's no Sun and there's no Terra. So the Koraidon's damage output seems very, very little. Also, the reason I just didn't Terra Kali Ice is because there's not really much of a difference. I guess it's a mind game if they want to try and read some kind of Terra. But yeah, I just go for a Terra Electric, Glacial Lance, and high horsepower. But yeah, I don't think it would have changed anything. This Terra, like, if it was Terra Water, then I don't Terra because then they get Collision Course, but it's just like a habit here. I still make them play guessing games of like who's going to Terra or not. So Terra Electric. A Collision Course, a Tyranitar. Alright, they want to get rid of the pesky Tyranitar that got like 3 knockouts technically because it got the Sand Kale and Armorage. But yeah, here comes Glacial Lance. Single target. I don't think this is living. Very nice Tyranitar, very nice. A little bit helpful against the wetters. Good against Sheath Flutter. Kinda. Moonblast still does a lot of damage, but did you see that damage on the Rock Slide? Did you see those double knockouts? I did. Oh no. Kyogre, Dondozo, Tatsugiri, Talonflame, Annihilate Pikachu. What do we have here? This is definitely going to be some Dondozo strats. Gonna go with... What am I doing here? I'm trying to figure out how do I make sure that this is safe. I think it's Clefairy plus Calyx Ice Rider with a Moongus in the back, and I want to say Blood Moon because Blood Moon should do a bunch of damage. Hariyama might not be too bad fake out support wise, but it really doesn't do much other than that. I think it's probably Blood Moon. I don't know who I'm going to Terra though. I have no idea who I'm going to Terra. This is going to be one heck of an interesting matchup. We're going to play a 50-50 turn 1, I think. Between the Kyogre. If it's Pikachu lead, I have to rate it if it's a fake out or faint. Oh, geez. Expecting fake out or faint. If it's fake out, protect. If it's faint, I trick her. I guess I also have a backup plan. I'm actually going to go Amoonguss and I'm going to go for the Endeavor into the Kyogre. You know what? It covers a fake out or feint in the Kali. I know you're doing one of the two. Don't know which one it's going to be, but we'll figure it out together. I'm bringing out Amoonguss. We're going to see a Terra come out, so I'm assuming this is Terra Water from the Kyogre for maximum damage output. Yep. Can I beat Dondozo Tatsugiri in the back? Yeah, it's possible. Let's see. Okay, it was fake out, so I don't know if the Pikachu Sash, I kind of doubt it, but yeah, here comes a very powerful water spout. Actually did a lot less to Amoonguss than I thought it would. I am able to hang on with my Focus Sash, and I'm going to be able to get a Endeavor off into the Kyogre. So it is now 1 HP Kyogre, which is fantastic. It should be faint from the Pikachu. I would like to get Kali Ice in if I can, because if I get Kali Ice in, that would be really, really solid. I would like to keep Clef around as long as possible, but I just don't see it happening. I think I'm going to go for Spore into the Kyogre slot, and I think I'm going to go for a Protect. Kyogre is actually going to retreat, so that's actually really good for me. Into Dondozo. Is it safety goggles? Well, let's see. What did the Pikachu go for? I feel like it has Faint. Yep, it goes for Faint and Clef. So I could have went into Cali Ice, but I still don't even think that's that bad because I went for the Spore into the Dondozo. As long as it's not Goggles. Don't be Goggles, man. Nice. Okay, that's really good. So now the Dondozo's asleep, I get to go out into my Cali Ice, and I get to go out into Blood Moon afterward, and this is actually really good now because I threaten so much offensive pressure. Yeah, because now the Glacial Lance is threatening the Pikachu. I'm going to switch out into my Blood Moon, so I actually have Blood Moon on deck, and I will go for the Trick Room. What's also really funny is I do have Terra Electric, Terra Blast as an option. I don't know if I'm going to click it, but we'll see. Bring out the Blood Moon. They go for a Volt Tackle into the... what was the Amoonguss slot, trying to get rid of the Amoonguss. That's excellent. I'm pretty sure I win by clicking Glacial Lance spam, but I'm not 100%. I'm just going to go for the Terra Normal Blood Moon now into Dondozo, and I will go for the Glacial Lance. They have to go into Tatsugiri now. And if they don't go into Tatsugiri, I think they just lose. Pikachu is going to retreat. This should be Tatsu. This is a Terra Normal Blood Moon. Should do a ton of damage. And I think if the Dozo wakes up, it's just whoever survives the turn should be able to blast through the Dondozo safely. Because they can't Terra, they Terra the Kyogre. I could have protected. As I said, it was a fake out Faint mind game. I got it right. I did get it right. So, because I did have a decent mid ground, we bring out the Terra Normal Blood Moon. So let's see how much damage we're going to do. I hope this is doing at least 80%. Hopefully. A little bit less, but I mean, the damage is still really good damage. And if also they stay asleep, they just guarantee lose at this point. And if they wave crash, they just take the recoil, so they probably lose regardless. Yeah, now that I think about it. They did wake up. They went for wave crash into Cali, which makes sense. That's so much damage. But we should be okay. Because Dozo went down. Granted, I could still lose. Granted, I could still lose. So we're going in Amoonguss. Pikachu's going to be sent out, so this is a fake out. I'm going to actually protect Blood Moon. Because I think that their only hope... I feel like this might be Scarf Sleep Talk Tatsugiri. I think it might be. So I'm actually going to protect Blood Moon. And I think I'm going to Pollen Puff the Tatsugiri to break a potential Focus Sash. This also could be Sash Tatsugiri and they fake out the Amoonguss, which is fine too. They do fake out the Amoonguss. I was about to say that fake out did way too much. That was a crit. Okay. Oh my goodness. Did I throw? Is it actually Sash Tatsu on this team? I thought it was Scarf. Brain stops. Doesn't matter too much. We're going to go for Hyper Voice. They're going to retreat to Tatsu. I mean, I guess if they retreat to Tatsu... it comes down to an inaccurate move. Wait, they switched out the Pikachu into Kyogre? Wait. Oh, because they can play Fake Out Mind Game again. Okay. Error comes in. Hyper Voice. I think I lose, actually. Is it Sash? Is that Tatsugiri bulky? This is Life or Blood Moon. Draco Meteor. I feel like it's Scarf. Pikachu comes in. How many turns are left? I think this is the last turn of Trick Room, so I think I lose. Yeah. I mean, I protect and then I hyper voice, but if Volt Tackle doesn't KO me into hyper voice KOs, like a meteor. I think it was Choice Lock Tatsugiri. I guess they just. I guess I could have just spored and I could have spored hyper voice. I was so worried about like potential fake out Blood Moon, sleep talk on my spore into the Tatsugiri, but I guess I should just hyper voice and pollen puff then. Yeah, we click hyper voice. Full tackle. This probably KOs. Well, that happened. That happened. Let's see. First turn went well. It's just apparently there was another call that I had to make, which I thought like, oh, I thought I'd be like, oh, I'm pretty sure I'm safe. Did not work out as I thought it would. All right, let's go over to games. In game 1, Koji mirrors were crazy, but Hariyama was better support than the Urshifu, and under Trick Room, coachings were able to stack on my Calyx faster, giving me the advantage. In game 2, the Will-O-Wisp dodge was very helpful, although the game would have still been very neutral thanks to the boost and the tools that I had in the back with Amoonguss against a non-Terra Grass Zamazenta and the Ursaluna Blood Moon that was lurking behind. In game 3, I had some deja vu against my opponent. I had a feeling I played this opponent and I think I was very, very correct on the money there, but Choice Band Tyranitar was really strong in this game under the Trick Room. And in game 4, played well for the most part of the game, but gave my opponent one opportunity to come back in the game with the double onto the Amoonguss, and they got the read right and got me there. This team has some really cool tricks. The Thick Fat Hariyama is something that I thought was super cool and unique about it. Coaching with Calyx, one of the few Pokemon that actually does get access to coaching, and Wide Guard, the close combat being a really good support to help out against dark types, especially like that Incineroar, for instance, she used. And yeah, it has a lot of switching capability thanks to that Thick Fat to help out against, again, fire coverage as well as ice coverage, which are very popular in the format. The Endeavor Clefairy, although I don't think I got to use it that much on the video, like I've used it a little bit more, and actually amazing how well it can do if your opponent's especially not expecting it. It's just a little bit awkward because the Tyranitar Sandstream can break the Focus Sash, so that's something you do have to keep in mind about it when you do bring Clefairy and Tyranitar. But overall, was a very fun team. If you'd like to try it out, the rental code is on your screen. Hopefully it's still available by the time this video comes out, but otherwise you could check out the details of the team and the creator down below in the description, and subscribe to the channel for more VGC content as always.